All right, let's talk about making pages. This tutorial I'm going to talk about creating pages, obviously different and separate from a blog post, as well as it's not going to include events, because events are slightly different than the pages, and that's actually a little bit more like a blog post, and I'll cover that in a separate tutorial. So let's go ahead and go to the admin section, and then what I want to do is navigate the pages. And here obviously is the full list of pages that have been made up to this point. And what I want to do is just do a tutorial, a test for you so you can kind of see how this works. I'll click Add New, give it a title. I'll paste in my dummy text for now. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and publish it. And the first thing you'll notice is the first publish is actually saving. I'm saving it. I'm making it, live, quote unquote. And then every time after that, your save is by clicking update. So it changes the name of that button from publish to update. Now what you will notice, even though I said make it live, if I come and I refresh your website, you don't see it in the main menu. I will cover your menu in a separate tutorial, so don't wonder why isn't he talking about that, where's that part at, how do we do that. I will cover that later. So with that being said, you bounce back, I've updated this, I've saved it, whatnot, and what we can do is view it. And here's what I've done so far. Here's the text, the title, blah blah blah, all that boring stuff. Now, how do we trends? How do we get this picture in here like this? Pretty easy. And what we've done is something actually that's really cool. We set up an auto cropping for dropping in the picture in here. So I'm just going to click my mouse where I want it. I'll click this little icon here, this uploaded media icon, and let me grab something from the media library. Let me use this interior design one. This is a large picture, and I'm actually going to choose large scale down here. See what says large, 1024 by 640. That's pretty wide. I'll use that one, and when I drop it in, you'll see clearly it's really wide, and at full scale this would be way bigger than this area. However, let me update this. However, the system is going to crop this thing down for you and fit it right in there, which is great and fantastic. Now, I do want to mention that this is an auto cropping, so you'll see that this is tall. So what this is doing is setting the image it sees fit to prop in there, sizing it the way it wants it to fit in there, meaning it's math, it's going to crop it for you. So if you have a picture that's wide and you want to include this area over here, let me back up a little bit. This is a portrait style picture, right? So a landscape obviously is like a rectangle, like a laying down rectangle. So it's cropping these sides down. If we look at this picture, we see that we're missing the table and this light, and then it looks like the stairs on the right. Oh, actually we got that part in there. But this whole part's being cut out. That's just math, it's just nature. It's nothing wrong with the system, it's just how it crops it. So think about that when you guys are inserting your pictures. Okay, so that's pretty much it for creating a page. You create a page, add in your content, add in your picture if you're going to add your picture, your links, and your formatting that you would do up here. And then make sure that you just hit update or publish if it's a brand new one. Now real quick, and I cover this in another tutorial, is this add to widget. If I set this as add to widget, and come back and refresh this, what I'm going to see is that it's now added to the sidebar widget. Alright, so let me click pages, and there we are, give it a title. Now we see it. So if you want it to show up in this section, you just make sure that you select add to widget, and then you're all set. Alright, that should do it for pages.